And Blaze, you... Well, good afternoon, Final Fantasy IV for Enterprise fans, because of course I have to greet everybody like that. But of course, thank you, and hello all of you wonderful Speedrun Ragnarok fans who are out there right now watching. I am Demarine2. I am here to do a little bit of commentary on what is absolutely one of my favorite games out there. Somehow, we did not get a submission for this one particular lovely randomizer, Final Fantasy IV for Enterprise, but we are here, and we are here with a little bit of silly glow-up percent. So, Blaze.
So, Demarine.
So, how much of the beta have you seen so far?
I've watched a couple people streaming their test seeds, but I have not seen Apple percent in the new beta yet, so I'm excited for this.
All right, I'm going to count the runners in then, and we'll talk a little bit about the beta and kind of what's going on here in just a moment. But we are going to set the runners free at this point in time, and so you'll notice there at the top that, of course, the main screen does have the goals on it, but we are going to get a little bit of a quick pop-up here. So we're going to get, your standard start. This is the Appleseed based on the World Series flag. So these are both full, ready-to-rock Fusoyas, all the spells, 1900 hit points, all the business end of the business. So our runners are going to have basically infinite power at this point.
That's the hallmark of the Appleseed, though. I think some people probably know what that actually means. I know I do because I played this in the World Series of Free Enterprise. But do you want to just kind of, and maybe it's changed for the beta, I don't even know. But maybe explain Apple percent?
Sure, so to the best of my ability, but before we get to that first, of course, the first thing you'll see that there are objectives now. Get Cecil, get Rydia, get up Mount Ordeals, and defeat Dwarf Castle. So you need to get Cecil, you need to get Rydia, and you need to promote both of them to get the crystal. That said, Apple percent, like we were saying, is all items in shops are free. You can go and get anything you want out of a shop if you can find it. All chests have the best possible gear in it, so there's no real balance in it at that point. And again, our goal, we do need to go and find the two characters and defeat the two spots to get the crystal. The crystal is not part of the item pool. So it's not there's nothing random about getting the crystal. Once you've achieved all four things, the crystal is yours.
Oh man, I didn't know this was going to be the objectives. I don't know what you're all calling the random or kind of different objectives, what version you're calling that, but oh man, I'm really excited to see this come live because it's going to just make the game so much more interesting, I think, for runs of that format.
Yep. Like, for example, here, Schala has found a crystal sword for free, so again, there's those free items in shops coming into play. Netara is checking Watery Pass because, of course, we get free characters, so she's going to try and verify which character is there, and Kay, he's over at Baron Inn, and Baron Inn is free. It is Mega Sisters, and of course, one Mega Sister ended up offing herself, and then is now King and Queen of Eblin, so that'll go down basically instantly. Not that any boss is going to be hard with two Quake casters.
Yeah, and I see that Caeshura doesn't even have time for the King and Queen today, just taking them out, not even letting them kind of give their spiel and go away on their own as they would.
Yep, absolutely, and of course opening up on the key to Baron there. So another location that actually has a character because they do need to go out there and find Cecil. Netara finding Sorcerer shirts, Schala checking the character, and he's going to add Rydia to her team here. So that'll get the Rydia goal, and you'll see a little pop-up that comes up after the character joins if you haven't gotten her yet, and I think she already did. That says, objective complete. So you get that warning when the objective's complete.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how the tracking for that works because, it's nice to get those confirmations, but oh man, it's going to be interesting to keep track of when the objectives are going to be slightly different in a lot of races. At least that's how I gather it's going to work.
So of course, if it's likely that none of our runners end up showing us this, and that's that's up to them. But there is a track menu that was actually added in before 4.0. So there is a tracking menu that shows you a list of the objectives, and every objective that you have completed will be grayed out, knowing that, so you know that you don't need to do it again.
Ooh, I just noticed Edward gave us the twin harp. That's really exciting too. Has there been a count made of how many objectives there are that you could possibly, like, how many are in the hopper that you could possibly get picked from?
Yeah, so the available objectives at this point in time, so there is, of course, one new game mode that was added in, which is Four Fiends mode, which is exactly what you think it is. It is you have to go out and destroy each version of the Four Fiends, so Mylan Z, Kainazo, Volus, Rubicant, and, of course, the Four Elements fight from originally in Vanilla, the Giant of Babil. Now that, of course, that also does not preclude the fact that we have still left in the Giant completion mode, as well as Forge the Crystal, and Dark Matter Hunt, which puts 45 Dark Matters out in boxes in the world, and you need to collect 30 of them and return them to Agart. This also does not include the fact that there are custom and random objectives, which could be defeat a specific boss, right? Defeat Ogopogo. It could be get a specific character, add Edge to your party. Actually, you don't have to add them to your party, you just need to find them and recruit them, but still. Or defeat a specific location, like we're doing today with Mount Ordeals in Dwarf Castle, where you actively need to get to that location and finish it. So it's not just get the key item, it's get the key item and use it, and complete that location successfully. Also, just with that, defeating specific bosses also means that could mean, defeat the boss at Wyvern Spot. So that also is included in there. So there's a lot of these granular one-off objectives that might be available as well that have all been added in the new beta.
That's so cool to hear about. I'm really, really excited for that to become publicly available. The amount of work that you all are doing and the creativity that you're all showing coming up with this stuff is just fantastic.
I mean, of course, a lot of it does come from the free enterprise community. It's not just the workshop. A lot of these things have been brought up by other runners, been brought up by long-term members of the community. A lot of these ideas do sort of come to life when everybody sort of brings them out. So, I want to be really, really clear about that this is sort of an everybody thing. This is not just a one person thing. Yes, Boardface, our lead dev, does all the programming, of course, Schala doing all that great artwork, and Rivers, who did a lot of testing and balance work initially with this, kind of lead the way, but that does not mean that a lot of people have not been involved in this.
So speaking of objectives, can I give you a little update on our objective here at Speedrun Ragnarok?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, we have 2 new donations that have come in. They're both going towards the Final Fantasy Legend 2 palette swap objective that we are currently funding. Prof Ness gives another $45 and says, top off that bad taste swap and add another because why not? And then He Who Is Pale donated $5 and said, where we're going, we won't want eyes to see. And then says that's going towards the bad taste palettes. So currently, the bad taste palettes have $55 donated towards them. And remember, every $25 banks a forced palette swap for at least one runner. So that's 2 palette swaps to bad taste right there. If you want more, you got to donate for more bad taste. If you want to counteract that with some good taste, we got to get some money in for that.
Yeah, please donate for good taste. I know we all love bad taste, and we all love these terrible colors, but sometimes you need some good taste in your life too.
I mean, and think of the runners too. Do you really want to have them be forced to look at an ugly, bad taste palette for their entire race? Maybe give them a break.
Yeah, do that. That's really good. But of course, Schala is doing the most important thing in free enterprise, while of course Netara's climbing up Zot. Schala is deep in the Cave Magnus here because she is going to give us some harp music in a moment.
I mean, when there's nothing kind of stopping you power-wise from doing any particular objective in the game, why wouldn't you just go do that twin harp check?
Yeah, this is true. Netara's chasing characters while Caeshura is trying to get herself sort of established on the map, which is, of course, a good idea. So everyone sort of has a different idea. Netara is not going to find Cecil up here. By the way, spoilers, I read the spoiler log. I know where Cecil is, and I'm not telling. While Schala, of course, is setting up to do some physical damage to the boss here and get some music working.
And I did notice that we had those free character checks available at the beginning, so I'm guessing our runners have probably exhausted all of those that are available. So now it's going to be looking in the more harder to find or gated places, looking for that Cecil, from what I can tell.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, I checked if there's another 4.0 version update, which is actually full spoiler logs are now available in your rule seats. Keeping in mind it does salt the randomization, so you can't cheat. But the idea is that if we need a quick vetted seed for something, now we can just pop up the spoiler log and go ahead and say, yeah, everything we need is where it's supposed to be, or yeah, we really don't want Kainazo at Rubicon's spot today. That might be bad for our runners with just forums.
Looks like we're about to get Twin Harp music, so on SchalaKitty's screen here, so let's enjoy.
Chat, of course, mentioned that this, of course, is the theme of Star Tropics. So Caeshura has added on the Magma Key from the Antlion Cave. Luca Key pops out from Natara's check at the top of the tower here. Scala's going to give us the music for a little bit longer here. And I'm just going to find Blade down here at the bottom of the well.
I just want to give a quick plug, too, while we're listening to the wonderful Star Tropics theme. Vanivan is running said Star Tropics later on in the event. He's actually running it right before my run, so that's going to be either, depending on your time zone, late Wednesday evening or early Thursday morning.
I didn't even plan this. This just worked out perfectly.
Does the Twin Harp song appear on the spoiler log out of curiosity?
Let me double check that, actually. Push button. Well, nope, but I know what the hop spell is. I know what the Mega Nuke replacement is. This gives you everything. I know where everything is. I could see the entire world from here. But no, it does not tell you the two most important things, the Zeroma Sprite and the music.
I think I actually like that, to be honest. You know, some things are better left unspoiled.
Indeed.
And there's our underground access, SchalaKitty finding the hook. Just going to pop in here with a couple more donations really quick. We got a $26 donation from Lugo, who says, just wanted to say thank you, everyone. And another $23 from Profness. Thank you so much, Profness. And they say, go team, good taste, chaos.
All right, so we are setting up for the for Final Fantasy Legend 2 for Good Taste vs. Bad, which is going to be pretty fantastic. So, again, the Magma Key was already found as well, so both ways to get underground are here. Netara has decided that she is going to switch one Fusoya for another, potentially, here. Scala's gonna take off, and she's gonna show us the Hob spell, which I, of course, again, we shall see in just a moment. And it is the Bomb Summon.
Not what you want to see, but it's still a really neat flag that is now currently available in the randomizer. where Rydia can learn that free summon on the west side of Mount Hobbs.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so of course Netara has found Stardust Rods in a shop, so she may stock up on those, the best black magic casting item. Knowing that there's only 3 characters in the seed, by the way, they can only find Rydia, Cecil, and Fusoya.
It's actually kind of interesting we haven't already found a Cecil then, considering that. I'm really curious to see where he is hanging out.
What I didn't tell the runners is that there's only 1 Cecil in the seed, and he's at the end of the giant.
Oh no!
Wait, no, I wouldn't actually do that. That would be mean. So yeah, so we've got Netara again chasing characters. She's down here in the Baron proper, in the underground waterway. Schala's gonna defeat Mom Bomb here at the top of the mountain, and Caeshura's found one of the blockers in this particular seed. I think she found a copy of Valvalis here. I think she's at she's currently at what looks like, I think this is Fabul.
Yeah, I think that's right.
It's fine. Valvalis actually can't stop you there.
SchalaKitty bombing Mom Bomb, probably just for the memes, but that's pretty amazing to see.
We are all about the memes. So Caeshura, of course, detonates Valvalis, much to the joy of many runners of this game, and finds the pan.
Oh, we like seeing the pan. That's a good item to have in your pocket or hanging up in your kitchen.
Yeah, or you slam it against Yang's skull. Although we don't technically really need it for much, because once we get underground, we actually have access to everything we need to finish the game.
Oh, that's true, because I'm sure the key items are just shuffled in their traditional spots, correct?
Yep. We're trying to keep this real simple, because we really kind of want to just show things off as fast as we can here, because we only have an hour. So giving our runners an absolute ton of power is probably going to be a good idea.
There's something I still love about apple seeds, just that it basically shows like how fast you can beat the game, given the items that are available if you just kind of crank everything up to 11. And there's something very, very fun about that.
Yep, that's kind of the idea here. I know that when we were running out apple seeds for World Series of Free Enterprise, when people were practicing them, sub 30 was pretty regular. Again, that is an extreme case though, but it did start happening.
Yeah, I think by the time we got to the actual event, I want to say there were a couple of the qualifiers where the finish was under 15 minutes, just because it's pretty nuts just how fast you can go.
The ability to just start on Crystal just does that on its own sometimes. Just go start on Crystal, go find apple everybody, and just go do Zeromus immediately.
Absolutely. Do we have a second for me to just kind of update everyone as to where those Final Fantasy Legend 2 Bid Wars are at? Because that is our next run after this.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, with we do have Schala and Netara running that next as well, and I would love to see the two of them both suffer and maybe enjoy a little bit.
Just a little bit. But yeah, as of right now, suffering is winning. The good taste palettes versus bad taste palettes rolling incentive. Currently, there's $55 in the jar for bad taste. That is going to give us 2 forced palette swaps because they're $25 a piece. And good taste is almost full for its first one at $23. So we need a couple more dollars put towards good taste to force a good taste palette swap for our 2 runners. We also have naming incentives. You can name the heroine. It's a 4-character name, and currently the winning name is Rydia, Ryda. We'll also be naming the other party members. There's 3 slots available for that. They're currently all taken, but are very gettable if you would like to outbid. on that. We have Jeff in first place with $5. And then Doge and Honk are our other two party member names, and they are both just sitting at a measly $1. So if you want to get a name into that next race of Final Fantasy Legend 2, just go ahead and get a donation in and make sure you mark under the incentives that you want that to go towards a party member or the heroine name.
And just so everyone's aware, a little quick update on the race. So Netara found the Sand Ruby down below in Baron Castle, and has turned that into one of our copies of Dark Knight Cecil. So she has completed the Find Cecil objective and has added the not quite yet Paladin to her pool.
So I know it was Find Rydia, Find Cecil, complete Mount Ordeals. Was there a fourth objective, or was that it?
They also need to complete Dwarf Castle for Adult Rydia, because they need to glow up both of their main party members and make Grandpa Fusoya proud.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I think that pretty exciting here, although Netara has not found any way of getting underground yet.
Yeah, our runners have definitely shown us a lot so far, which is really easy to do with all that power. So Caeshura is heading over to the Cave of Magnus right now. Schala has taken a moment to sort of pick at her options, and so if she goes this way, she will see Cecil in the bed in Kaipo. But with no Sand Ruby, she cannot add Cecil to the party yet. Of course, Ria asking that I have a bear instead of a tracker. Well, the bear, of course, is our restreamer Sparkover. I am Demarine. I am momentarily your Flan Princess for this run. And so, of course, Blaze Argent with an R is asking, what's the newest beta feature we're seeing here? I think you've talked about this enough at this point to be able to field this one.
Oh boy, I'll do my best. So one of the new game modes that's being added in version 4.0 is random objectives. Not completely random, but it's things like pick up a character, defeat this boss, complete this location, to basically do X number of random objectives, get crystal, and then that is the way that you get the crystal to be able to transform Zeromus and finish this game. So really, the way I'm kind of envisioning it is it's almost like a scavenger hunt, and we've already seen a lot of really interesting things that happen as a result of that. One of which being, I believe you said it was SchalaKitty who we need to find Cecil in this seed. SchalaKitty found a Cecil in the bed in Kaipo. There may be more Cecils out there, but now Schala knows that if she finds the Sand Ruby, she's going to be able to complete that objective, which, I don't know about you, but I've never really felt before in a Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise seed that I have to find the Sand Ruby now in order to finish the game. So just that way of thinking is going to be really interesting to see how that, kind of affects the way people play the game.
Yeah, it still has that scavenger hunt feel. Like, it used to be just that the scavenger hunt was always for the crystal, right? That it was always for the adamant and the legend sword, because that's what you needed. But you can make the game you can sort of make the game a scavenger hunt in a lot of different ways with the 4.0 update, which is kind of neat. It, again, lets you play the game in a lot of different and new ways, which is sort of the hope that we had for this. And again, can't shout out Boardface enough for the incredible amount of work that he puts into this randomizer. And of course, I would say letting the Valkyrie show this off, but it happens to be that 4 of us are admins over there, so we've got the inside track a little bit, not gonna lie.
I'm just glad you're letting us all watch this, because as a runner of the game as well, and a huge fan, aside from that, I just love seeing all the love that is just continually getting poured into this randomizer to make it just better and better and better. Keeping in mind that, whether you play this casually or whether you maybe race it competitively or, take it a little bit more seriously, however you want to define that, people still want to have fun and they want to have a lot of interesting things to pick apart in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, the free enterprise, and like you said, I think it's a big thing that I know I personally fight for. And of course, I think it's important is that, there's no wrong way to play free enterprise. Ultimately, you don't have to be, big speed runner, gotta go fast, compete in all the leagues type person. You can hang out, do an occasional weekly race with the community, or just hang out and play casually and just talk shop with people, and we kind of love that. Borg, really? Borg, come on. The main ingredient is not salt in this. No one has ever gotten salty over a free enterprise seed, especially not on my streams or anybody else's streams or any of the racers. Or Blaze, bail me out of this, please. I need to be bailed out.
I feel like I've never gotten salty at anything that was directly injected into the randomizer. I bring my own salt and put it on top.
You're not helping.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Hey, that might actually bail us out, so yeah, go for it.
All right, well, we have a $5 donation from Silver Moon 9000, and they just say, let's all donate in good taste. So I'm guessing, let me just refresh my bid wars here. We have unlocked one good taste palette swap, so it's currently sitting at $28. It's every $25 that gets banked, so if we get another $22 towards good taste, that will unlock a second palette swap there. Demarine, how exactly is that going to work? Is it just at the beginning and then afterwards every other $25, or is it going to be like every 5 or 10 minutes? It's okay, time to swap a character.
So that, of course, will be explained a little bit more deeply by the host, because I do not precisely know that. But yeah, essentially what's going to happen is that as the run goes on, since we've got a couple of swaps banked, they'll probably swap the first few every few minutes, just to make sure. But then, of course, as the run goes on, as we hit certain checkpoints and as we reach those points, Caeshura, who is our host, will let our runners know, hey, it is time for you to not suffer, or maybe suffer. I don't know. So. And that, of course, will be handled by Caeshura, who will be hosting that run. So, of course, as you can see, she is here in the top right, running right now. But then, of course, when she is hosting, she will certainly let us know.
I'm excited to see that, and yeah, I love. This is a great donation incentive, by the way. Anything that you can interact with during the race is just an incredible, very creative donation incentive that they came up with for this one. So.
Yep, good taste versus bad taste is a Valkyrie favorite for sure, because everybody loves to suffer. Everybody loves to suffer.
And I can also say as a host, you never want to tell your audience, hey, you can't send us money for this anymore. So the longer that you can drag it out and include people in that, the better.
And of course, if you just want to see more palettes, because all those palettes are designed by the wonderful SchalaKitty, who's also, does all the major art for free enterprise, any sort of Zaroma sprite after second generation, the alternate character palettes that you see here with the Fusoyas of many colors. That's all Schala, so of course, thanks to her as well.
I have to say too, Schala also really goes out of her way, particularly for marathons and particularly for charity. We did a charity marathon in a community that I'm a part of this past weekend, and she came up with 2 custom Zaroma sprites and 2 custom new Twin Harp songs that had never been seen before, just for our event. And that just really goes to show you how much they care about charity and giving fans of the game things that they can get excited about.
And if you're not excited about this right now, I mean, I really don't know what's going to be exciting to you, honestly.
This has been a really, really good race so far. It's fun to see everybody running around, trying to complete these objectives. I believe I just saw Netara finish Mount Ordeals, so I think it was Netara is done with that one now.
Yep, she added on the spoon to her inventory, which of course does us no real good in these flag sets, because we don't have an Edward to equip it to, or a edge to throw it. But, she at least did finish Ordeal, so she's got both characters in tow. She just needs to get underground at this point. Keeping in mind that, just so you're aware, is that, again, this is a very high-powered seed. These are 3 very different skill level runners when all is said and done. You have Netara, who has run this before for GDQ Hotfix. She is not competitive, but she is up there in terms of skill, and don't let her tell you otherwise. You have Schala, who, of course, even though she does a lot of the art, she's not, like, super competitive, but she plays free enterprise every so often, and, of course, she is good at it. And Caeshura has played a lot of other RPGs, of course, as part of the Valkyrie. She does a lot of speedruns, and there's a lot of games that she is very good at. Free enterprise is not one of them. She is a neophyte to this game, honestly, and so she is here just to sort of play and kind of, and of course she's still making great time right now. She is definitely, moving around the map, and she knows what she's doing.
Oh yeah, I mean this could definitely still it could go any way potentially. There's just a lot still hanging out there for each of our runners still.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have another donation here.
Go ahead.
We've got $25 from Bahamut X. Bahamut X says, so excited to see free Enterprise during Ragnarok, especially getting a sneak peek of 4.0. Put this towards winner's choice. So we'll have to get with the winner of the race and see what they want that $25 to go towards.
I'm gonna have to just keep thanking the Free Enterprise community for coming out and donating. Bahamut X, of course, is a longtime member of the Free Enterprise community, and of course we do have Take This Org and Dr. B in chat as well. So, of course, thank you. We're really glad to be raising funds for such a good cause. I know personally that I've worked with Take This's their AFK rooms at conventions because I get convention burnout like crazy, or like a great deal, honestly. It's a little difficult. Convention burnout's a real thing, and it's really hard if you're not used to being super social. So catching that breather, having somebody to talk to, just being able to sort of get yourself off the con floor for 10 minutes can really make the difference in your weekend and help you with self-care, and all of that is very important. So, the work that they do for mental health it's fantastic. So, thank you so much for what you do.
Absolutely. Cannot emphasize that enough. Just, just kind of looking through all of the information that I have here in front of me as the host, it's pretty amazing, all of the different micro communities and very specific types of care that they provide, and that's absolutely wonderful to see.
Yeah, I know we are closing in on our first goal. We're sitting at 4175 now of 5,000. So, again, without everybody's generosity, we would not be able to get this far. So, to the wonderful community around speedrunning and, of course, RPG speedrunning and the RPG Valkyries, hey, thank you all for everything that you do in terms of these marathons. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
So what do you think, Demarine? Are we going to hit that $5,000 goal tonight?
I really hope so. I am certainly cheering for us to make that 5,000 goal. I think that would be fantastic.
I'm just looking ahead a little bit. I'm looking at some of these goals that you can put your donations towards that are still for runs that are tonight for most of us, depending on what time zone you're in. We still need $40 more to include Kulex's Lair in the Star Shuffle for Super Mario RPG Randomizer. We still need $90 to do Booster's Curtain minigame in Super Mario RPG Randomizer, and that is my favorite part of Super Mario RPG. So I'm going to be doing a donation later, and I'm definitely putting it towards that if it's still unmet. But yeah, more randomized old school SNES games coming at you later tonight. More donation incentives to try to meet. We also have a secret level for Ignition Factor, which needs $70 more. So, I mean, if we just meet those three objectives, that's another roughly $200 that we're going to be banking towards that $5,000 goal. And I think we can do it.
Yeah, but of course we do still have to, set up and get through Good Taste versus Bad Taste this fine afternoon. And, by get through, I mean, like, the Final Fantasy Legend 2 speedrun is fantastic, so, definitely stick around for that. In regards to the run here, of course, Caeshura is mopping up, is going to get the hook here from mopping up Plague here in the middle of the Cave Magnus here. Schala has the airship hooked down to her, she's got the hooked hovercraft on her airship, and she is going to go and looks like possibly do a character dive here because she still needs Cecil in her party. Netara picked up Avenger Swords to go with her Excaliburs so that her Cecil can have the Berserk status, which you know what the Berserk status does. Can you carry this one for me? Because I'm tired of talking.
Oh yeah, so the Berserk status just basically makes, like in most Final Fantasy games, just makes your character skip their menu and just attack over and over and over again with that basic attack command. We really like Berserk in Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise because it does give a boost to damage, output, but because of the way the ATB system works, it also allows your character to attack as efficiently as they possibly can. And in a lot of fights, you can almost literally drown out the boss with those input commands by sort of jamming the Q with all those basic attack commands. So it's a very vital spell to most of the strategies that we get used in difficult spots.
Although I find it a little bit amusing that for all three of our runners wandering around the world in all of these different places, doing all of these different things, showing us all of these different parts of the game, none of them have found the eponymous apple yet. There have been no apple sightings in this seed.
Yeah, that is true. And that is sort of the item that gives this apple percent its name. So we'll see if we end up even needing them by the time we get to the end here, because 3 Fusoyas can also do quite a number on Zeromus at the end of the game. But a little apple insurance would definitely help out with that too.
Yep, the apples, just for people who are not aware of all of the Japanese items in Free Enterprise, because of course this does unlock all of them. The apple is an item that raises the maximum health of a character. So of course, if you're in a circumstance where you can have many, many, many of them, well, A, why wouldn't you? But B, since they're free, you can get any character you want to any maximum hit point total you want, including, just pushing characters out to, quad 9's head health.
There's also a lot of other items in the game that are not the apples that interact very, very favorably with having 9999 health, aside from just the obvious benefit of not being able to get defeated by things easily.
And as you can see on Netara's screen there is a new animation. It tells you when all of your objectives are completed. It gives you a pop-up, it gives you the fanfare, it gives you a big ol' swirl, and it tells you, hey, here, have a crystal. So of course,
that is super cool. I have not seen that before just now.
Yep, I have tested it, and I have certainly seen it, but I am just a huge, huge fan of it because it is big and it is bold, and it lets you know, hey, you absolutely, positively, under no circumstances, have missed anything, because here is your crystal, you definitely have it. And then Netara showing off the warp glitch, too, to get the item from Sealed Cave.
Yeah, I was just going to comment on that, too. Although Netara doesn't have a way to get to Zeromus yet, so I guess we're not done, but she does have a crystal.
Mm-hmm. And she has 9 key items. The 10 key item experience double still exists in Free Enterprise, so that option definitely is still there, unless she also has the pan, which I don't think she got, but...
Schala did just get her Cecil, though, although it's still Dark Knight form.
Yep, and of course we're going to get that pop-up that tells us, hey, objective complete, get Cecil. So Cecil is got. She'll decide. She does not need to add Cecil to the party, keep in mind, for the objective. The objective is just get to the point where you can recruit them. In theory, you could always go back to the Tower of Wishes at Mysidia and switch party members, so even if you don't take the Dark Knight, you don't have to.
So I guess we're, although now that I'm thinking about it, if it's Appleseed, I suppose the pass is in a shop. Is that correct?
That is perfectly accurate. The pass is in an item shop someplace.
That's interesting. So, as a runner, one of the things that we are worried about in this situation is, I saw someone in chat mentioning, Dravenheart mentioned, apples up in the Pillow Fort. Well, you could also have the pass be for sale up in the Pillow Fort, which is our sort of joking name that we use for the Hummingway shop on the moon. And if that's the case, the Darkness Crystal is actually required. So we'll see if anybody turns up that pass soon here.
Right, I looked at the entire spoiler log. Do you think that I would do that to Netara?
Yes.
You know me far, far, far too well. But back to it, of course. So Netara is still chasing down the pass or the Darkness Crystal, potentially. Schala has both characters added on. Kay has one character added on at this point in time, so... Schala did find apples, though. She found gold apples, and she is hungry for breakfast here.
Nom 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 nom.
While Netara, of course, did find her Go mode, the Darkness Crystal is in a free chest here in the Rat Tail chest in Land of Summon Monsters.
All right, so we might be seeing a Zeromus pretty soon then, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So this is probably a good time just to do a quick reminder about the bid wars that are coming up in our next race. We have got palette swaps, $25 per palette swap, and it's good taste versus bad taste. Excuse me. Bad Taste currently has 2 palette swaps unlocked at $55. Good Taste currently has 1 palette swap unlocked at $28. And then we also have naming incentives for the main character and the other party members. The main character at this point is going to be named Rydia, R-Y-D-A, with a bid of $3. And then our other party members are going to be named Jeff, Doge, and Honk. And you can get one of those names knocked off the list. Not Jeff. Jeff's at $5. But the other 2 are only at $1 singular dollar. So if you put in a donation of $2 or more, you can get your name into the Final Fantasy Legend 2 race party. And it will be a party.
A party of parties, in fact, because there will be 2 parties, because it will be Netara and Schala racing one another. Alright, so Netara found the pass, by the way, in Tamra's shop, so she does have the pass here, so she is going to do a little bit of grinding to get her Cecil and Rydia up to speed, it looks like, with the Coffins and Sirens, so she's going to do this the old-fashioned way, not finding apples, so she's going to do Coffins and Sirens. Schala is taking no chances getting her Fusoyas to the health cap here. Just taking a minute or 2 or 3 or 6 to just fill them with apples.
I think I appreciate this as well, just because we might see Netara kind of do a more traditional Zeromus fight, assuming they are able to just kind of, pour some levels into their party and fight the good fight a little bit more traditionally. Schala might be able to do the crazy apple strats. In fact, almost certainly will be doing the crazy apple strats, which is really, really fun to see if you have never seen that before.
It involves a bunch of kamikazes and things and other use items that do damage based on your hit points. And it's sort of an impressive way to finish off Zeromus, admittedly. It does require a little bit of reflecting of Nuke and a lot of accuracy with and skill with with when you do things in certain timings so that you don't get the health refill. And if you've watched a lot of Free Enterprise early in the year, you'll know. And of course, Schala has found the crown jewel of armors here in Agart Town. She has found the adamant armors that were in a very conveniently located shop.
Yeah, so the adamant armor is, in the vanilla game, basically the hardest item to find in the entire game. You have to farm a pink tail from the pink puffs on the moon. I believe it is a 1 in 256 chance encounter rate with a 1 in 256 chance of the drop. And then you can turn that pink tail in to get an adamant armor. They are significantly easier to find in Free Enterprise just in general, as long as the no adamants flag is not turned on. And then obviously in our Apple percent, you might just find a unknowing armorer who is selling them or really just kind of giving them away. And you can just get a stack of 99.
And of course, as anybody would know, more broken than Erdrick's armor. It gives you plus 15 to all of your stats. It gives you basically physical immunity, large amount of magical defense on top of it, and it's styling to boot, so everything should be good.
And it goes well with everything. It's like the perfect accessory for any outfit.
I mean, you can wear it on any character. Everybody knows how to wear it because it's lightweight, it's powerful, it gives you magical protection, all elements are defended as well. Why wouldn't you use adamant armor?
While we have a second here, let me just drop in a quick plug for our charity. We've talked a lot about Take This so far this afternoon. A couple other things that I didn't know that you might also not know and might want to know is that if you would like to continue supporting Take This after the marathon, they have a Patreon account at patreon.com/takethisorg. And you can pledge your support on a monthly basis there via Patreon, which is fantastic. I love Patreon, and I did not know that. Also, if you shop on Amazon, you can support Take This via the Amazon Smile program, where the Amazon Smile Foundation will donate a percentage of your purchases to Take This. And if you buy games at Humble Bundle, at humblebundle.com, you can choose Take This as your charity of choice to support with your purchases.
Very cool.
You know, you learn something new every day, and I just learned 3 new things.
That's like 2 more than you had to.
I think that means I don't have to learn anything else for the rest of the week.
Yeah, we'll go with it.
I think I just saw the pass in Netara's inventory as well. Did she pick that up from Fabul just now?
It was in the Tamra shop, intriguingly enough.
Ah, okay. Did we get an employment dwarf check?
We did not. Netara's evil. Don't forget that.
Poor chat. Natara letting them down. Maybe one of our other runners will fight the good fight and uncover the employment dwarf's temporary job for the day.
It looks like Netara has happily ground her party up to a point where she is happy. She is landing right here, right now, in front of the home of the Toria pub, where you can turn in the pass to go and get your. Where you can, once you turn in the pass, you will end up right in front of Zeromis. So it is very likely that she is just doing some double checking and doing some math here.
Yeah, I know. When I first started playing Free Enterprise, the idea of the pass was super interesting to me because I had, when I played this game growing up, purchased the pass in the Toria pub and was not happy with what I found on the other side of that door.
Yeah, it's much cooler now. It's real good now. So more importantly, Blaze, you're the host, right?
That's what it says next to my my name on the screen.
Right, so I think you have one very important job right now.
I guess I do. Can I see some Z flags in chat? Anyone who is a subscriber to the Free Enterprise channel, you should have those Z flags. And this is about the time when we want to get those Z flags out, because it is time to find out whose butt we are going to kick for charity.
I have no idea who it is. Keep in mind, this was not a custom in any way. I just checked the spoiler log, and it does not tell me that, so I'm going to be just as surprised as you are.
I have a feeling it's going to be something fitting. Fate just has a way with things like that.
This is very true. So we are about to find out. This is my favorite part.
That is a really fast Zeromis.
Yeah, for anybody who's run before, putting your 20 agility Fusoya right in the middle ends up being a really, really bad idea a lot of the time, so hopefully Netara will be just fine, though.
I think I saw him shake 3 times before the crystal got out, so yeah, this will be interesting. But we've got...
Schala's the one who knows who all these really obscure ones are, and it's not me, and I don't know.
I'm sure between all of those folks that we have watching the marathon, somebody is going to be able to point out what game is that from. I see Fawful in chat from Paper Mario 3. Oh, okay. Yeah, that looks like a Paper Mario sprite.
Neat. Not Paper Mario. I think Stormy is saying it's from Mario and Luigi Superstar Story. There's a lot of the Mario type RPGs out there.
Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Okay, that's another one to add to the list. I just learned there was I learned like 3 new Mario games over this past weekend. There's like a Mario golf game. There's a lot of Mario games.
Neat. Right, so we're going to see the first Big Bang come out here fairly swiftly. Nukes are, though, very good for Reflect because they have no cast time. Also keep in mind that Netara did not find the Adamant armors out in the world either, so she is doing this Adamant free as well.
She's going very traditional for this race.
Which is still just fine. There's nothing wrong with that. She's just going to keep reflecting nukes, and then Cecil has the Avenger equipped, so it's going to be swinging away a little bit.
Yeah, so we kind of got dual strategies going on here. You'll see Netara reflecting nukes off of one of her party members. This prevents the counterattacks, because if you ever direct cast a spell on Zeromus, he does counter with a nuke attack of his own. And then you see Cecil swinging away in Berserk mode with that Avenger. And between those two, we would kind of refer to this as hybrid strats. Oh, and she is done. That went really, really quickly.
Wow, very nicely done, Netara. She, of course, is showing off a little bit. 49 minutes and 21 seconds by her timer. Of course, very, very nicely done right there.
Yep, get your GGs out in chat for Netara winning this impromptu Apple % Beta 4.0 race of Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise here.
Absolutely. So Schala has finished scaling the mountain. She has the magma key, so she'll get her underground access in a moment to be able to go down and quickly go through Dwarf Castle. If she finds the pass, great, and then she'll be there and done as well.
I hear I'm in trouble for not memeing. I can meme now, though.
We're joined by the evil one herself, Netara.
Hello.
Hello.
I did not meme.
GG.
Boy, I'm sure you were conserving a little bit of energy for your race that you have coming up after this as well, Netara.
I don't know what you're talking about. My eyes are already blind. In anticipation of the bad taste that I'm sure you all donated for. And if you haven't, why haven't you? Come on.
We will let you know, Netara, that you will probably be starting on Bad Taste.
Oh, brilliant. My eyes are ready for the burn.
And at least one of you will be switching back to Good Taste fairly shortly thereafter.
Really?
So
Is it
Netara.
really close? Okay, yes, hi.
Hi, I just wanted to mention, because you're talking about, you seem to have some concerns about those palette swaps.
Oh, there's no concerns. There's delight. Unless you mean in Free Enterprise, and in which case, listen, if your party is not the correct color, why? I definitely dismissed people based on color in this.
I mean, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Especially if it's 2 of the same character, I almost always choose based on which one looks more dapper.
Oh, I have $25 to apply. Thank you so much. I will definitely have to apply it somewhere cool. Yeah, like some of the colors were better, and when I got Terra Rydia, I was like, the other Rydia just got some levels. We'll level this one up fine. And, I had how many foos? It's a strange seed when you're like, oh god, not another foo. You're like, why? Who? Foo is the best.
Those are the problems that you want to have, though.
Did anyone actually find the apple seed? Because we were chatting, but we were trying to not to chat it, like spoil each other. Did anyone actually find apples?
And Schala is loaded up on forbidden fruit. Here she found gold apples in Agart.
She lied. She told us that she did not. Agart, did I? Oh, I forgot to check Agart. It's the one place I did not check.
You know what else was in Agart that you didn't have? You obviously didn't need it, but it was also there?
Adamant armors?
Adamant armors.
It was in the oh, darn it, because I was checking shops. I'm sure you saw that.
Yep.
Oh, that's amazing.
You still went very fast for not having either of the 2 major eponymous items, either the apples or the sheer high power that is.
That's why I was laughing, because Schala was giggling in the chat that we were in about memeing, and she's like, I'm just doing this for my own amusement. And we're like, we don't know what you're doing, but that's fabulous. And I was just like, well, I'm doing memes, I'm doing dumb things, but they're just dumb. They're not amusing, because I was just sitting using sirens and an apple seed. I was like, why?
Why not?
I forgot I hadn't checked Agart, because I did check everywhere else that was available to me, because I didn't have the hook.
Netara?
Uh-huh.
You're not Silverfire, but I can tell you this right now.
Okay.
Take better notes.
No, it's fine. I usually use a shop tracker, but because everything's free, I didn't bother.
Yeah,
That's
no,
fine. I didn't need that.
it makes a lot of sense. You don't need it when you just grab what you want from it. I just like poking Syl with the take better notes because Syl always pokes me with play better next time.
Absolutely. Am I allowed to? Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at my donations. Where I want to stick that.
Yeah, I was going to say you should assign that donation and then let us know what you decided.
I am going to decide. Okay, we've already got that been met. Let's set it. I wanted to set it to something coming up. Final Fantasy Legend 2. I want to put it to good taste to even things up, but then we'll actually start with good taste, and that's a bad idea. Put it to good taste! Someone has to fix it for me. Fix it. Also, did you folks get to hear the music for the harp? Because I'm the only one who didn't do it. So
yes,
okay,
we
good.
did.
Okay, good. Because I was like, I can go and do it now if not.
Yep, harp music did happen. Do you want to know what it is?
It's Star Tropics.
Okay, good. Yeah, they let you know.
Yeah, we ended up talking about that. I was like, well, that's good. I didn't hear it because I was like, I didn't do it.
All right, so Caeshura does have the Sand Ruby, and so he has found Air Cecil, so adding Cecil to the party. Schala doing the work glitch to get the adamant here, just to get the key, to bulk up the key item count a little bit, with Crystal in hand. But Caeshura's gonna get a crystal here because all the objectives are complete. Schala also has all objectives complete and has a crystal as well.
Yay! Those objectives. This is my first time playing this set of beta flags, and it was a lot of fun.
I mean, I've been watching the random objective scavenger hunt thing on a couple different test streams now, but this is the first full race I've seen with that in. How fun is that?
It's super fun. It was a lot of fun just with the different objectives, and you get something and then just pops up and it's like, you've met this objective. I'm like, that's awesome. So you know for sure whether you met it or not. And it was neat just starting with full power foods. It's like, well, I could level, or I could I was noting usually I go in order, I go Antlion. Sometimes I'll skip Fabul, hoping I can do Pan first and, go around the circle like that. But with 2 full power foods from the start, I was able to just go places right away I normally wouldn't. Go to Zot right away to get more characters.
So I'm going to put you on the spot for a moment here.
Okay, I'm ready.
So which is more satisfying, completing an objective in the new version of FF4 Free Enterprise, or completing an objective in Untitled Goose Game?
Untitled Goose Game, obviously, because honk. But the objectives in this are a close second. But you're being a good person in this one. In the Untitled Goose Game, you're being a jerk, and Balk's evil. Balk's evil.
I think that's fair.
The goose doesn't care if it's fair. It just cares that there are honks.
Not wrong.
Oh, look, the sylphs. That's happy.
I do love me some sylphs.
Yeah, I did go to see them.
Yep.
I didn't actually check with Sheila because I was in go mode by then, so.
I appreciate it, though.
I was
More
happy.
so.
What was that Fabul? Because I didn't have to fight it after.
Let me flip the spoiler log that I have here very conveniently that I can use to look at and tell you, because I don't even have to remember.
That's so great.
So,
I remembered, but I'll let you say.
The defensive Fabul gave out the pan.
That's awesome. That's the gamble you do, because you skip Fabul with the hopes that if you get the Sylph Cave early enough, you can kind of check them both at once. And especially if you get the pan, it's just a one-time in Fabul, but you do run the risk of missing the pan being in Fabul.
That also happens if the first Sheila item is the pan, and I've gotten tripped up by that a lot in the recent League flags that we were doing a lot of.
Yeah, the forced double dips. You're just like, why?
Yeah. But efficiency, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So have you been doing some of the other beta seeds?
This is literally the
beta
first
version.
No, this is the first beta seed I've tried. So it was really fun to try that and, you know, check out the flags and everything. I'm definitely going to be playing with them more as soon as Ragnarok is over.
Awesome. Can't wait to see more of that.
I didn't realize that I was in the 4.0 credits.
You are now. Yeah, because I knew I was in the credits from previous versions, but yeah, you're new to this version. Yay, Dem's in the credits.
Oh. I might cry again.
Yes, score 2. The game of the from the Valkyries. Make them cry as many times. Actually, it's make the Valks cry as many times as possible. Dem is just winning.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us in the Valkyries have been, you know, we are, I mentioned it earlier, are very in the free enterprise community. I know, you know, Dravenheart is actually the owner of the Discord server as a piece of trivia. But, you know, Netara and, you know, Schala doing all the art assets we talked about, but Netara also leads up the Restream team as well. She's done the Restream tutorials, you know, done a lot of work to help build that team up and make sure that they are ready to go for major events. And for me, of course, I am actually the lead of the commentary team, and I hold the keys to the standards of commentary for Free Enterprise and have for a while. But yeah, that was still unexpected.
I'm just going to pipe in for a second, too, and just say thank you to both of you for teaching me a lot about restreaming and commentary, because here I am sitting in the hosting chair at Speedrun Ragnarok, which is, this is actually my first time hosting anything. So thank you so much for having me to do this. And also with the restreaming, another community that I'm a part of just did our first charity marathon this past weekend, and I can say with 100% certainty that if I hadn't learned all of the restreaming techniques and tricks from Netara, that probably never would have happened.
I'm so glad it helped. I know my personal goal is to get more people in and show them, yeah, it's a little bit complicated to learn the restreaming, but it's a skill you can take to just so many different communities, and it just helps so much in the long run with just your own personal stream, and you can jazz it up there too. And having you as part of the Free Enterprise community is also super helpful. So thank you so much.
Hey, Netara.
Hey, Dem.
I need to step away and be quiet. Can you carry the end of this stream with Blaze?
Yeah, sure, that's me.
All right, well, I'm going to step away. Thank you all again for your time and your donations. Of course, congratulations, Netara, on what was a very pretty Appleseed run without apples.
Thank you, and thank you for commentating this last-minute run.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.
Oh yeah, now you're stuck with me commentating, and my lovely co-host, Ultros.
Oh gosh. I was not expecting that. But I think one thing I have not done in a little while, and this is probably a good time to do it, is just remind everybody why we're here for this event. We are Speedrun Ragnarok, and we are raising money to benefit Take This. Take This is a mental health nonprofit. Their main mission is to inform the gaming community about mental health issues, provide education on different disorders and prevention techniques, and reduce the overall stigma around mental illness. Take This exists to let people know that it's okay to not be okay. No one is alone in their struggles with mental health, and there is always hope for improvement. If you would like more information, please visit takethis.org.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's ever tried their AFK rooms, but they are super fabulous. They are, they're really quiet. Like, I don't know, for anyone who's gone to PAX, like, those conventions can be really overwhelming, and their AFK rooms are a good place to just get a bit of peace and quiet for a bit. So, yeah, it's very good. So they do good work. We want that in all cases.
Absolutely. And I just saw a question in chat. We're kind of towards the end of this Final Fantasy IV free enterprise race here. But this is the Final Fantasy IV open world randomizer for those of you who are not familiar with it. The particular flag set that we are, I mean, I'll just kind of say it. We're kind of messing around with this today for your enjoyment and your viewing pleasure. Because this is a beta format that is currently in the works, should be out hopefully soon. for public consumption. But that Apple percent means that this is sort of designed to be our highest powered flag set. So you get access to a bunch of full-powered Fusoyas right away. You get access to all of the best items in the game for free. And then usually the only sort of objective that you are trying to meet is to, well, in this case, meet some random objectives. You're awarded the crystal, and then you can go fight Zeromus, which it looks like Caeshura is getting ready to do here.
Yay, you can do it, Kay. Yeah, and this because we've had the game out for a while, and again, this is just the beta test for the new flags. And it has been in testing for a few weeks, and it is still going to be testing for another little while. So hopefully we can get it in there, and it'll be good.
Yeah, it's been a while since the last major update. I want to say that it was basically at the beginning of the year this year.
No, not this set. No, we've been working on adding things to it, but probably since then. But we haven't actually been beta testing these new flags for that long. It's only been, I think, actually since the end of the Highway to the Zenith Zone.
No rest for the folks in the Free Enterprise admin community or team.
Yeah, thankfully that's more Board, and he gets a break from the marathon, so he does all the hard work in the background. Boardface is the programmer for this randomizer, and he does such good work, and he takes a lot of input from the community as to neat things to add.
And one of the things about this game that we love, and you can see Caeshura doing the fight here, and that is the randomized Zeromus sprite. This is FF4 from I believe we figured out what game this was from. Netara, do you know for sure? Just because I don't want to mess it up.
It's one of the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga games, but I don't know exactly which one. SchalaKitty would be able to tell you, but she's not here right now. It's the first Superstar Saga, apparently. So.
I think Scala did just find the pass.
Oh my god!
She was looking for her Zeromus access, and so I think I see her making a beeline for Toroya now. Hopefully,
yeah.
Because all her characters have 99999 hit points, and this should be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, unfortunately, Caeshura assumed her super powerful Fusuyas were enough to go into this fight. And she's incorrect. So she's going to have to do some leveling and come back. She might just be like, yeah, we're good. But to put it in perspective, Caeshura has completed 2 seeds of this. 2 seeds. Yeah, see? 2.
Yep, 2. And that's where I'm going to mercy kill myself because I don't want us to go over too far.
Listen, you did awesome. And Scala's just heading to Zeromus now, so hold on a sec. Whoop! Since you're the only one playing anymore, we dragged you in.
Hi! Hello!
Hi!
Hello.
So you can tell us in a minute exactly which game this is from.
Oh, cool! Oh, good. It's one that surprised everybody. Great.
No, we know kind of what it is, but not exactly. It's from a series of games, so we're not sure which in the series. We think we've got it confirmed by chat, but as you are our, Zeromus sprite maker.
Yes.
We also want a full retelling of the lore surrounding the Zeromus sprite.
Ooh, okay. Ooh.
I accidentally stopped my stream. I'm bringing it back up, Sparko. I love you. I pressed the wrong button.
Oh wait, I'm probably doing this like every single dumb way, but I don't. Oh wait.
Actually, you know what? That's fine. It's fine.
You know what? Yeah, we'll give it a shot. I'm probably going to be terrible, but we'll give it a shot.
At least the Ultrases are still there.
Hi, what do I want?
Priorities.
Yeah, it's very important. Oh, my donation has not been assigned.
Okay, so this is Fawful from the Mario and Luigi RPG series. This is from the first game.
It is the first game. That's what the chat said, because I knew it was from Superstar Saga. I just didn't know which of the games.
It's from the first game. Wow. Kay's right. This is fast. Okay. Oh.
I mostly just want to know what it is.
It's the final boss.
Yeah, he's not the final boss in that game. He's just a
Okay.
lackey in that game. Crap. I can't take off this shield, can I?
Yeah, you can, if you got an empty space.
I don't have an empty space.
Use one of your single ethers.
Okay. Actually, here. This is gonna do more damage.
But you've got 2 of those.
I know.
Oh god. Then again, you've got how much HP? Kazekame strats.
Okay. Here, you actually do what I need you to do. So Fawful. Fawful was... So in the Mario and sort of running counter to the Mushroom Kingdom is the Bean Kingdom. Fawful is from that kingdom. He is the lackey of Kakaletta, who is the sort of big bad of the first game. Oh, I nuked the wrong one. Oh well, this is all going fantastic, isn't it?
You can blame me.
Hashtag blame Blaze. Okay.
Oh right, they're so fast because you've got adamant armors.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's right.
the one shop, the one town I didn't check for items was Agart. So I didn't get any apples and I didn't have adamant armors.
I didn't get the apples. I suppose if I had left the adamant armor off of Cecil, it would have been fine.
No, you were way too under HP. You couldn't have won that fight.
I see. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, Big Bang does a lot of damage, and yeah, and I think everyone but your 2 foos had way too little HP to survive.
Here, you come up here.
Yeah, and adamants make you faster, and by making you faster, if it's not the right range, you make Zeromus faster. Oh, that's why I'm like, why is everyone complaining about Zeromus being fast? Mine was fine. That's because I didn't have adamant.
Okay, let's do this now properly. Hi, we don't want you in here. You, dragon. No. What did I even do?
What did you even do? Ooh. So I assigned that donation I was given to Good Taste, and Bad Taste is still in the lead with $2. So
Wait,
if you want your ice
$2?
2 singular dollars.
Oh my god, what are y'all even doing?
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Well, Bad Taste is in the lead. That's what we want.
Okay. Alright. Hi, let me actually do what I've been meaning to do. Hi y'all, I'm Skella, and I'm with the devs of this game. And I am bad at it. There's a
You
reason.
don't have to be a dev to be good at the game.
What? I still...
Or wait, no. You don't have to be good at the game to be a dev. Listen.
That's
Yes.
the one.
That's the one. No.
You
know
still
what?
didn't equip the Avenger.
I know, because I can't get it off. I can't get the other one off.
You should have room to take that shield off.
I
Oh, because you can't take off the thing. You do have
Yes!
an ether. Use the ether.
will use... There's part of me that's just like, I just want to be done.
You're like, I'm done here.
I'm done here. Here, I'll use that Oh,
Oh, let's get-
Having one nice thing though is having 9999
you know what?
hit points gives you a lot of wiggle room.
you know what?
Does it ever?
Here's the thing. I don't want to slow down the marathon anymore. I want to race a game I know I can win at.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, she's gonna beat me. But she's like, yeah.
Well, no, I mean,
Well,
no, I
we're-
mean, like, I don't... Here. Natara did the amazing thing and did the showing. I also don't want to lose my voice.
Yeah, please don't lose your voice. My God.
I need it for a lot longer. So I also will take the mercy kill. For this
Yeah.
run.
Looks like Fawful's gonna win the free enterprise race today.
I
Yep.
heard to make up for it, though.
Equip the Avenger now. Do it.
Okay. Here, let me... No, hi. Okay.
Excal Avenger is just murderous. I found
Okay.
Avengers in a shop and then I got one as a key item. I was like, well.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Here. But the thing is, he doesn't have, like, his glitch on, so it doesn't even matter.
Oh
that
yeah,
much.
I back row glitched him.
Yeah, here, I'm just gonna...
Just change. Just change.
I like how all of you are like, Scala trying to tap out. Everyone's like, no, don't tap out, Scala.
Yeah, you're like, you can't tap out. You gotta finish this.
Okay.
You've got 9999 HP. Oh, Scala's doing what I did. I love it.
There we go.
Now Scala
should-
K.
You should just let Cecil solo the rest of the Ceromus fight while I let everybody know where the Final Fantasy Legend 2 Bid Wars are at.
Yeah, do that and get us some cool names. We've got some great names, but you can change them. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, so our next run after this is the Final Fantasy Legend 2 race between Netara and SchalaKitty. We have 3 bid wars that are going on for that. We've talked about them a little bit, but it's been a while. So let me just kind of run down where things are at and what you can do to get your personal preferences or your name as a part of that run that's coming up here next. So we have a palette swap incentive, which I'm really fascinated to see. It's going to be a rolling incentive, so it's actually going to go into the actual start of the race. So if you've ever seen like crowd control or anything like that, I'm kind of envisioning like a crowd control sort of thing where if we throw enough money at the charity, we can force things to happen during the game, which is always really, really fun. So this one is good taste palettes versus bad taste palettes. For every $25 that gets donated, a palette swap is forced for at least one runner. Currently, we have 2 palette swaps unlocked for each of the 2 options. So bad taste is at $55 pledged, and good taste is at $53 pledged. If you want to force another palette swap, we need to get those up to $75. So that'd be $20 more donated for bad taste, $23 or $22 donated for good taste. At this point, too, maybe I don't know, like. We're going to see a couple right out of the gate. If those bad taste palettes do not agree with you, boy, you might want to get a donation in there to flip that to a good taste palette.
I also will tell you, so for those of you who have seen this race, we did it at RPGs We Love Too, between me and Venerable. There are more palettes than there were before, because that's just how I roll. So it'll be Caeshura who will be actually controlling who does what. And I made sure that Kay knew which are the new palettes, so I'm sure you'll have to actually work if you want to see some of them.
Any idea how many there are?
There are 5.
There are many.
Yes. In total, there's about like there's over 30 palettes altogether. First of all, there are, and for the new ones, there are 5 new good taste and 5 new bad taste, and they all have really fun names.
So what I'm hearing then is if we want to guarantee that we see all of those new palettes, we need to drop about $75 more into each of those 2 buckets. Does that sound about right?
About right. Yep. Yeah. And then we will say though, the palettes will be locked near the end of the game. Once we beat the boss Apollo, palettes are locked. And if we are on bad taste, when that happens, we have a special palette that will only unlock then. So for those of you who are on Team Bad Taste, there's a little incentive for you to actually try to see if you can win the day.
All right, chat. I think you know what to do now. Give lots of money to take this, and let's get some of those new palettes showed off. And then on the naming incentives, these are very snipeable right now. I'm just going to go ahead and preface all of this by saying that. The name the heroine is currently a $3 leader, Rydia, R-Y-D-A. It's only a 4-character name, but you're all very creative. I'm sure you can come up with some good 4-character names. So that's at $3. And then you can name the other 3 party members as well. Jeff is currently the top bid at $5. And then we have Doge and Honk with $1 each. So if you want to snipe a name in that excellent Final Fantasy Legend 2 run that is going to come up immediately after this, get those names in, because I'm guessing those will be closing pretty soon after the run starts.
They will close at right when the run. We name everyone right at the beginning. So basically, you only have like a few minutes, basically, as we kind of get started, to go ahead and fix that. If you want to snipe a name, there you go. You only have a bit to do that.
And I'll also just mention one more thing, that if Final Fantasy Legend 2, maybe that's not something that you are interested in as much. Immediately after that, we've got Monster Rancher Hopabout. and we have a pick the monster bid war for that. There have been no bids made for that bid war at this point.
It's
so
wide
you get to
open.
choose between Golem, Hare, Mochi, and Suezo. And yeah, get some bids in for that so we can fight over what monster is featured in that Monster Rancher run.
I hear rumors that Golem is the best, and you should all put your donations towards it. See, Garby agrees.
Oh, there were feels?
Oh yeah, there were feels.
What were the feels? No, I need to know what the feels were. What were the feels?
We made Dem cry again.
How do we make Dem cry?
She's in the credits.
Oh, she's in the credits now! Yay! Oh, I'm so happy for her.
You need a ruling on butt as a character name. I'm fine with it.
I don't mind it.
It's yeah, butt is fine. Any other types of names for the word butt, I will say no, but butt's good. Listen, butt spot is my avatar.
I would accept Tookus. But I don't
Betty
know how
can
you can.
fit?
I don't know how you can get that into 4 characters, but I will accept butt. That's fine. I would
Yeah.
accept Tush. Tush,
As long as it doesn't overrule honk. Come on, we need honk. Then again,
we do
what
need
I
honk.
want doesn't matter. Your donations matter.
Yes.
So that's actually a perfect segue to 2 donations that we just got in. We got $20 from Conkers saying bad taste is best taste. And then we got another $10 donation from Conkers naming the heroine Honk, actually.
Yeah.
But
Is that
I
how we're
will also specify honk for the heroine is in all caps, and honk
That's
for the
fine.
party is in normal spelling. So we might be able to double up, or we can come up with some different ways of spelling honk, and we can honk it up.
Bless y'all for coming in on the memes. Anyway, we should probably give Sparko a chance to get everything ready for the next race. I know I just need a very quick break before that, but I hope y'all will stick around and enjoy some quality FFL2.
Oh my god, Kefka's the king. I agree. I mean, quality. Bye.
Quality.
Thank you so much, all of you, for providing us with this Final Fantasy IV free enterprise race. And yeah, I just looked up at my screen, and suddenly there are memes all over Caeshura's screen. So well done, whoever snuck those in.
Valkyries. Welcome to Valkyries.
It's good to be here. So I'm going to have the mic for just a little bit longer here before we hand it off for that Final Fantasy Legend 2 race. Long enough to tell you a little bit more about these RPG Valkyries. They are an inclusive group of female and femme-leaning speedrunners who all love and run RPGs. If you would like to join the Discord, please use Discord for the link in chat. That's the command Discord, so !Discord. The Discord is open to all people and all genders, so do not worry. I can personally attest it is a fantastic place to chat and hang out and take part in a lot of amazing things that are going on, not just during RPG Valkyries events, but just the speedrunning world in general. We also have a few more donations. We have another $10 donation from Conkers. That is going towards the Final Fantasy Legend 2 party naming war.